Hello. Today, we're diving into a topic that's everywhere in the news, but often misunderstood. Artificial intelligence, or AI. In this video, we'll strip away the hype and explore what AI really is, where it came from, and how it actually works in our lives. At its heart, AI is a branch of computer science, dedicated to building systems that can perform tasks that usually require human intelligence. It's important to clarify, AI isn't about creating human consciousness. It's about simulating intelligence to solve specific problems. The story begins in the 1940s and 50s, with pioneers like Alan Turing, who wondered if machines could ever truly think. He proposed the Turing test. If a machine could converse so naturally that a human couldn't tell it was a machine, it had passed a milestone. In 1956, the term artificial intelligence was officially born at a workshop at Dartmouth College. The founders were incredibly optimistic. They believed that within a single generation, the problem of creating artificial intelligence would be substantially solved. But reality was harder than they thought. When progress stalled, interest and funding disappeared, leading to the first AI winter in the 1970s. In the 1980s, AI had a mini revival with expert systems, programs that used hard-coded rules to mimic the decision-making of human experts. However, these systems were rigid and expensive to maintain, leading to a second, even deeper AI winter that lasted through the early 90s. The real breakthrough came when we stopped trying to program every rule and instead taught computers to learn patterns directly from data. This shift to machine learning was powered by two things: the explosion of the internet, which provided massive data, and vastly more powerful computers. By the 2010s, deep learning emerged. These systems use neural networks, mathematical layers inspired by how neurons in the brain work. This led to incredible milestones, like AI mastering the complex game of Go, which many thought was decades away. And that brings us to today, the era of generative AI. Now, models like ChatGPT can generate text, art, and even code that feels remarkably human. But how does it do it? It's not magic, it's probability. These models have studied billions of examples to predict what comes next in a sequence. It's a powerful tool for pattern recognition and content generation, but it doesn't understand the world the way you and I do. Because it predicts based on past data, AI can make confident-sounding mistakes, sometimes called hallucinations. It can also reflect the biases of the humans who created the data it learned from, which can lead to unfair or skewed results. Despite these risks, AI is already incredibly useful. Every time you use a map to find the fastest route, AI is working behind the scenes. In healthcare, AI is helping doctors detect diseases earlier and assisting scientists in discovering new materials and medicines. It's in your email spam filter, your shopping recommendations, and the tools that help translate languages instantly across the globe. So, why does all this matter? Because AI is becoming the new electricity, a foundational technology that will touch almost every part of our lives. Our goal in this series is to help you understand AI wisely, to see the opportunities, recognize the risks, and move past the hype. This is just the first step. We're going to explore this technology together, one grounded explanation at a time. Thanks for watching this introduction. I'm looking forward to seeing you in the next part of our series on understanding AI. Goodbye for now. Hi everyone, and welcome back to our AI 101 series. In part 2, we're tackling a big question. What does the term AI actually mean? These days, it feels like AI is everywhere, on the news, in our apps, and even in our kitchen appliances. But the term is often used so broadly that it loses its meaning. At its core, artificial intelligence is just a broad umbrella term. It refers to any computer system designed to perform tasks that usually require human intelligence. But AI isn't just one thing. When people say AI today, they're usually talking about one of several specific technologies that fit under that umbrella. Today, we're going to build a mental map of that landscape, breaking down terms like machine learning, deep learning, and generative AI. Let's start with the most common foundation, machine learning. If AI is the umbrella, machine learning is the primary engine underneath it. Instead of being told exactly what to do, a machine learning system is shown thousands of examples and learns to find patterns on its own. Your email spam filter is a classic example. It wasn't programmed with a list of every spam word. It learned to recognize what spam looks like by looking at millions of emails. Inside machine learning, we find deep learning. This is a more specialized approach, inspired by how the human brain is structured. It uses layers of neural networks to process information in much more complex ways, allowing it to understand things like speech or faces in photos. When your phone recognizes your face to unlock, that's deep learning in action, processing millions of tiny visual patterns to be sure it's really you. Now, let's talk about the term everyone is hearing lately: generative AI. This is a specific type of deep learning focused on one thing: creating. While older AI mostly analyzed or categorized data, generative AI uses what it has learned to produce something entirely new, like an image, a song, or a poem. Think of tools that generate art from a text prompt. They aren't just copy-pasting, they are generating a new visual based on their deep understanding of patterns. And inside the world of generative AI, we have large language models, or LLMs. These are the engines behind tools like ChatGPT. An LLM is trained on a massive amount of text to predict what word should come next in a sentence, which allows it to have surprisingly human-like conversations. When you ask a chatbot to summarize a long article or write an email, you're interacting with a large language model. LLMs are incredibly powerful because they can handle context and nuance. They don't just know words, they understand how we use them to communicate ideas. Finally, we have AI agents. This is where AI moves from just talking or creating to actually doing. An agent is designed to use other tools, like your calendar or a travel website, to complete a multi-step task on your behalf, almost like a digital personal assistant. Imagine telling an AI to book me a flight to London next Tuesday, and it goes out, finds the flight, and puts it in your calendar. That's an AI agent at work. While a traditional app is a static tool, an AI agent is more of a collaborator. It understands your goal and takes the steps needed to get you there. So, as you can see, these categories aren't separate buckets, they overlap. A chatbot is a type of generative AI, which uses deep learning, which is a form of machine learning, but they aren't interchangeable. Calling every piece of software AI is like calling every vehicle a plane. It's technically part of the family, but the details matter. Think of AI as a spectrum of capabilities. It ranges from simple filters that save you time to complex creative partners that help you think and create. Understanding these distinctions matters because it helps us look past the hype. It lets us see what the technology can actually do and what it can't. When we have a clearer mental map, we can have better conversations as a society about how we want to use these tools responsibly. In our next video, we'll explore the risks and ethics of these technologies. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in part 3. Welcome back to our series on artificial intelligence. Today, we're moving beyond how AI works to explore something even more critical: the risks and ethics of using it. As we've discussed, AI isn't magic or a living consciousness. It's a powerful set of tools. And like any tool, its impact depends on the hands that hold it. One of the most surprising risks is what experts call hallucinations. This happens when an AI provides information that sounds completely convincing, but is actually factually wrong. Because these systems are designed to predict the most likely next word, they can sometimes prioritize fluency over truth, creating alternative facts with total confidence. Then there's the issue of bias. AI systems learn from the data we give them. If that data contains human prejudices, the AI doesn't just learn them, it can amplify them. This can lead to unfair outcomes in areas like job hiring, bank loans, or even legal decisions, making old inequalities look like objective, computer-generated results. Privacy is another major concern. To get smarter, AI needs massive amounts of information, often the data we generate every day through our phones and online activity. This raises questions about who owns our data, how it's being used to track us, and whether we're trading our personal privacy for the sake of convenience. We've also entered the era of the deep fake. AI can now generate incredibly realistic images, audio, and video of things that never actually happened. When seeing is no longer believing, it becomes harder for societies to agree on basic facts, making it easier for misinformation to spread through social media. Perhaps the most subtle risk is over-reliance. As we outsource more tasks to AI, there's a danger that we stop exercising our own critical thinking and judgment. If we trust the black box of AI without question, we lose the ability to catch its mistakes or understand the reasoning behind its suggestions. We also have to consider the economic impact. AI is automating tasks that used to require human experts, leading to significant disruption in the job market. While it creates new opportunities, it also risks leaving many workers behind if we don't focus on retraining and ensuring the benefits of AI are shared fairly. So how do we navigate these risks? It comes down to ethics. We need to build AI that is fair, accountable, and transparent. This means ensuring the systems are safe, our privacy is protected, and, most importantly, that there is always human oversight in the loop. The real challenge isn't a future machine rebellion or AI becoming conscious. The challenge is whether we choose to use these powerful tools responsibly today. AI is a reflection of its design, its training, and its governance. Its impact on society is a choice we make together every time we deploy it. By staying informed and asking the right questions, we can ensure that artificial intelligence serves as a tool for progress rather than a source of harm. Thanks for joining me for part 3 of AI 101. Let's keep building a future where technology works for everyone. I'll see you in the next one. Welcome back to AI 101. Today in part 4, we're looking behind the curtain of AI chatbots to see how they actually work. You've likely talked to one recently, but at their core, chatbots are language tools designed to simulate conversation. Modern chatbots are powered by something called large language models, or LLMs. Think of these as the brain of the bot. These models are trained on massive amounts of text, books, articles, and websites, learning how humans communicate. Crucially, they don't understand the world like we do. Instead, they excel at recognizing patterns in language. It's like a very advanced version of the autocomplete on your phone, predicting what word is most likely to come next. When you ask a question, the AI calculates the probability of each word based on its training to form a response. Because they've seen so much human text, they are incredibly fluent. They sound smart, but it's really just high-level pattern matching. This makes them great for summarizing articles, drafting emails, or helping you brainstorm ideas for a project. However, because they are just predicting words, they can sometimes be wrong, producing what we call hallucinations. Chatbots will often state these errors very confidently, which is why we must always verify their answers. Unlike a search engine that points you to a source, a chatbot creates something new based on what it has seen before. It's best to view them as helpful language tools, great for structure and style, rather than all-knowing authorities. Always bring your own judgment and expertise to the table when using these tools in your daily life. In our next lesson, we'll dive into what AI is actually good at and where it still struggles. See you in part 5. Welcome back to AI 101. In part 5, we're looking at what AI is actually good at and where it falls short. Hi, I'm your guide for this series. Today, we're going beyond the hype to see how AI works in the real world. Understanding these boundaries is the key to using AI safely and effectively in your everyday life. Let's start with what AI is exceptionally good at: speed, efficiency, and pattern recognition. AI can process massive amounts of data in seconds, tasks that would take a human weeks to complete. Think of your email spam filter. It's constantly scanning millions of messages to keep your inbox clean. It's also brilliant at finding patterns that we might miss, which powers the systems we use every day. Recommendation systems on Netflix or Spotify use these patterns to suggest your next favorite show or song. AI is also a fantastic tool for summarizing long documents or helping you brainstorm new ideas. If you have a long set of meeting notes, AI can boil them down to the most important points in an instant. And when you're staring at a blank page, it's great for getting a first draft started. Whether it's a professional email or a project outline, AI helps you overcome that initial hurdle. Essentially, AI is a powerhouse for organizing language and handling repetitive, time-consuming tasks. But it's important to remember, AI isn't magic, and it isn't conscious. It has real limits. Now, let's talk about where AI struggles and why we can't always trust it blindly. The biggest issue is accuracy. AI can sometimes hallucinate, meaning it makes things up. It can sound incredibly confident while providing information that is completely wrong or misleading. AI also lacks moral judgment. It doesn't understand right from wrong the way a human does. It follows its training data, but it can't navigate complex ethical dilemmas or social nuances. Similarly, it lacks emotional sensitivity. It can't truly feel empathy or understand a person's feelings. In emotionally sensitive situations, a cold or robotic response from an AI can do more harm than good. AI also struggles with deep context, the background information that makes a situation unique. It might miss sarcasm, inside jokes, or the specific history behind a conversation. Perhaps most importantly, AI has no accountability. It can't take responsibility for its mistakes. This makes it very risky for high-stakes decisions in legal, medical, or financial matters. In a medical situation, an AI's incorrect guess can have serious, real-world consequences. And in finance, relying solely on an AI's prediction can lead to significant losses without human oversight. Whenever the stakes are high, AI should never be the final word. It needs a human to verify its output. The best way to think of AI is as a capable assistant, not an all-knowing authority. It's there to help you do the heavy lifting, but you are still the one in charge of the final results. The smartest way to use AI is to combine its speed with your judgment and responsibility. Always verify the facts, consider the ethics, and take responsibility for whatever you create. When we work together with these tools, we can achieve more than we ever could alone. So, remember, use AI for its speed and patterns, but rely on yourself for context and truth. In our next lesson, we'll dive deeper into practical strategies for using AI wisely every day. I'll see you in part 6 of AI 101. Thanks for watching. Take care and happy learning. Welcome back to AI 101. Today, we're looking at how to use AI wisely in your everyday life and work. The most important thing to remember is that AI works best as an assistant, not an absolute authority. It's a tool to help you, not replace your judgment. Think of it as a versatile helper that can speed up those repetitive or time-consuming tasks we all face. For example, AI is excellent for drafting emails or rewriting notes to make them clearer and more professional. It can also summarize long articles or reports, giving you the key takeaways in seconds without you having to read every word. If you're stuck on a project, AI is a great brainstorming partner for generating new ideas or outlining a presentation. It can even help you organize your notes and plan your daily tasks more effectively. And if you're learning something new, you can ask AI to explain difficult topics in simpler, everyday language. But while it's fast, it's not always right. That's why your role as the human in charge is so important. To get the best results, you need to provide clear instructions and enough context. Be specific about what you need. Instead of just saying, write an email, tell it who the email is for and the tone you want to use. Once the AI gives you an answer, always review and edit it. Never just copy and paste without checking. Verify facts and numbers, especially when accuracy matters. Remember, AI can sometimes make mistakes or hallucinate facts. There are also times when you shouldn't use AI at all. High-stakes situations require human wisdom. Avoid relying solely on AI for legal, medical, or financial advice, or for situations involving deep emotional or ethical judgment. Privacy is another critical area. Be very careful about the information you share with AI tools. Never share sensitive personal data, passwords, or confidential work information. Assume that anything you type could be stored. Wise AI use is all about balance. It's about finding where the technology is helpful and where your responsibility begins. Keep human judgment in the driver's seat. Use AI to empower yourself, not to switch off your critical thinking. In our next lesson, we'll explore how to spot AI-generated content and misinformation. See you in part 7. Hello everyone, and welcome back to our AI 101 series. I'm your teacher, and today we're tackling a crucial topic. As AI becomes more advanced, synthetic media, text, images, and even voices are appearing everywhere in our daily lives. This makes it harder to distinguish what's real from what's been generated by a machine. While AI is a powerful tool, it also makes misinformation and scams much harder to navigate. First, let's define it. AI-generated content is any media, text, visuals, or audio created by algorithms. It's important to remember, synthetic media isn't automatically harmful. It's used in art, education, and productivity. The real danger appears when false or misleading content is intentionally presented as real. The challenge isn't just quality, but quantity. AI can generate content at a speed and scale that humans simply can't match, filling our feeds instantly. This is where we see deepfakes, sophisticated scams, and synthetic media used to manipulate public opinion. So, how do we spot it? Let's start with text. AI often relies on predictable patterns. Look for a genetic tone, repetitive sentence structures, or a strange lack of specific, personal nuance. While AI text is fluent, It often lacks a deep, consistent, logical thread. It can sound right while being fundamentally, factually wrong. When it comes to images, our eyes can sometimes catch the glitches that machines leave behind. Check the background for warping. Look closely at how light falls on the subject, or examine complex details like hands. Look for environmental anomalies, shadows that don't match, reflections that are missing, or objects that seem to merge into one another. Deepfake videos are getting better, but they often struggle with natural human movement. Watch for unnatural blinking patterns or lip syncing that doesn't quite match the audio's intensity. And then there's audio. Cloned voices can sound remarkably like someone you know. Listen for a robotic cadence or a lack of natural emotional breathing that humans typically have. If you receive a strange audio message, ask a question only the real person would know. Use context as your secondary verification layer. But here's the most important part. Visual and audio glitches are no longer enough. AI is outgrowing them. We have to shift our focus from looking for mistakes to checking the source and the context. New tools like digital watermarking and metadata tags are emerging to help identify synthetic media, but they are still early in development. The first step to protecting yourself is simply to slow down. Don't react immediately to shocking content. Slowing down gives your critical thinking a chance to engage before your emotions take over. Second, always check the source. Is this from a reputable news outlet or a random account? Verify surprising or urgent claims through trusted, independent channels before believing or sharing them. Third, compare the information. If it's a major event, multiple reputable outlets should be reporting it. If only one obscure source is making a massive claim, that is a huge red flag. Be particularly cautious of content that feels emotionally manipulative or creates a sense of extreme urgency. Misinformation often relies on fear or anger to bypass our logical defenses. Awareness is your shield. Taking just 60 seconds to reflect before reacting or sharing can stop a piece of misinformation in its tracks. Silence is often safer than a fast share. Our goal isn't to live in a state of paranoia. It's to develop better media literacy and critical thinking. By being careful and verifying what we see, we can navigate this AI-shaped information environment with confidence. Developing a mindset of curiosity rather than immediate certainty allows you to see the world and the internet with clearer, more balanced eyes. Remember, slow down, check the source, and verify the context. These simple steps make all the difference. In our final lesson, we'll look at where all of this is heading. Join me for The Realistic Future of AI. I'm your teacher, and I'll see you in the next lesson.
Welcome back. Today, we're concluding our AI 101 series with a look at what lies ahead, the realistic future of AI. Over the last 7 lessons, we've covered a lot of ground. Now we're moving beyond the hype and the headlines. The future of AI is going to be incredibly significant, but it isn't magical. It's software, and it's built on human choices. In the coming years, AI won't feel like a separate thing we use. It will simply be embedded in our everyday tools. It will be in how we communicate, helping us find the right tone in an email or translating a call in real time. Behind the scenes, AI will manage our power grids and transportation networks, making our cities more efficient. Think of it as an invisible assistant that makes our daily activities just a little more convenient and reliable. In the workplace, the shift will be profound. AI is already starting to automate many of the most repetitive tasks. This isn't just about robots, it's about software that handles the heavy lifting of data entry and basic analysis. But the real story isn't just about automation, it's about augmentation. AI will act as a co-pilot for your professional life. As the routine work is handled by AI, our roles will shift more towards strategy, creativity, and high-level problem solving. AI can provide the data and the initial drafts, but the final decision, the judgment call, will remain fundamentally human. In healthcare, AI will assist doctors by flagging anomalies in scans early and personalizing treatments to individual patients. It will accelerate scientific discovery, helping researchers model climate patterns or find new materials in record time. Education is another area where the impact will be deeply felt. Imagine a tutor that knows exactly where you're stuck. AI can personalize the learning experience, adapting to each student's pace and style, and providing instant feedback. For teachers, this means less time on grading and paperwork and more time for what they do best, meaningful mentorship and inspiration. The future will require us all to be lifelong learners. As our tools evolve, our ability to adapt will be our greatest asset. Creativity will also expand. AI tools are lowering the barrier to entry for making music, digital art, and even videos. We will see entirely new forms of expression emerge as humans and AI collaborate in ways we can barely imagine today. Yet, the soul of the work, the unique perspective and intent behind the creation will always come from you. But a realistic future isn't just about progress. It also involves carrying forward some very significant concerns. The rise of misinformation and deepfakes will make it harder to distinguish what is real from what is generated. We must continue to fight algorithmic bias, ensuring these systems don't amplify existing social prejudices. Privacy will remain a central debate. How do we benefit from personalized AI without giving up our personal data? There is also the risk of an uneven future, where only some people and nations have access to these powerful tools. And we must guard against over-reliance. We cannot let AI replace our own ability to think critically and solve problems. This brings us to a vital point. The future of AI is not something that just happens to us. It's something we build. Public policy and government oversight will be essential to ensure AI is developed and used safely and ethically. Companies must be held accountable for the systems they build, with incentives that prioritize human well-being. Ultimately, society as a whole must decide how we want to govern these systems and what lines we refuse to cross. So, what can you do? The first step is literacy. Understand the tools you're using, their strengths and their flaws. The second step is adaptability. Stay curious, keep learning, and be ready to evolve alongside the technology. Approach the future not with panic, but with a sense of responsibility. We are the ones in the driver's seat. Thank you for joining me for this entire series. It's been an honor to explore the world of AI with you. Stay curious, stay grounded, and pay attention for future educational videos. Thank you, and see you next time. The future we've discussed isn't a distant fantasy. It's already taking shape in laboratories and offices around the world. But remember, the most important component in that future isn't the silicon or the code. It's the human spirit. If we keep people at the center of development, AI can be one of the most powerful tools for good we've ever created. This series was just the beginning. The journey of understanding AI is one that we will all continue together. Thank you for being part of this learning community. I'm Teacher, and I'll see you in the next series.